Welcome back. It's Doug MPA. It is Wednesday, December 18th of 2024. Thank you for joining me on this live stream. So, guys, on my channel, I always talk about no single mothers ever. Don't date them, don't sleep with them, don't marry them. If you're a man with no children, especially, don't wait a woman. oh, Sorry about that. If you're a man with no children, do not raise another man's child. The worst thing you could possibly do as a man is raise another man's child. Don't do it, guys. Stepdaddy season is over. The biggest simp move you can do is raise another man's child. And second to that is is marry a woman and have her hyphenate her last name or not take your last name. Or you see these guys who take their wife's last name. Yikes. Don't do that. Don't sign a marriage certificate unless she's taking your name. 8-bit banger. Good to see you, my friend. So, Conquering Wanderer in the house. Good to see you, my friend. We are going to talk about, we are going to look at two of my favorite debates about dating a single mom. One of them's recent, and then the other one is a Richard Cooper one that I really, really like. So we're going to cover that. Make sure to like the video on the way in. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that super chat button if you're feeling generous, and drop a comment if you're watching this after the fact. We're going to start with the crime files, and then we're going to get into this. Remember, guys, the crime files are news stories about women who have been accused of, are being prosecuted for, or convicted of various crimes. I do these stories because we still have this visceral reaction of women when they get caught doing crimes or crazy stuff. We have to understand where they're coming from. She's a woman. There must have been a reason, guys. In 2024 and beyond, women have as much, if not more, of a proclivity to commit evil because they are empowered to be like men, but they aren't being held accountable like men. So this one here. Oh, sorry, guys. 1 second. Whoa. Hold on 1 second. I got to get the news story back up. 1 second, you guys. Okay, here we go.
A shocking twist now.
This woman got arrested because her and a bunch of other people deleted her ex-husband, who was a doctor. Ronnie, good to see you, my friend. So we're going to go through this crime file story first, and then we're going to get into the thing about single moms. There is a link at the top of the chat if you want to join the conversation. So go ahead and click that button. I'll let you in. But let's get into the crime files. Let me hit the theme real quick. And let's get into this.
A shocking twist now in the execution-style shooting of a beloved Woodland Hills doctor who was ambushed outside his practice last summer.
Tonight, 5 people are in custody, including the victim's ex-wife. KTLA's Mary Beth McDade live in Woodland Hills with the latest on the investigation. Mary Beth.
Hi there, you guys. Yeah, I just want to show you behind me here. There is still
Mary Beth can get it. Look at this chick. I'm not really a blonde guy, but yeah, she can get it.
Hi there, you guys. Yeah, I just want to show you behind me here. There is still a memorial set up for the doctor in the parking lot where that deadly shooting
Good to see you, Steven.
occurred. Now, it's unclear what the motive was in this case. However, the doctor and his ex-wife have been battling each other in various lawsuits for more than 15 years. And now she is behind bars, accused of his murder.
Guys, when an ex-wife is involved in the deletion of her husband, most of the time it's for child custody or for money, one of the two. But I think that child custody has exceeded insurance and money for the reasons why ex-husbands or baby fathers get deleted.
53-year-old Ahong Mirshoje is one of 5 people now arrested for her ex-husband, Dr. Hamid Mirshoje's murder.
For every patient he had, he took time.
The popular doctor was shot execution style right outside his Woodland Hills medical practice as he walked to his car in August. He was an urgent and medical care doctor who also treated drug and alcohol addiction.
When this thing first evolved, it was a
Yeah, he looks like one of his patients, right? He cheated drug and alcohol users. Then they show this guy.
pretty much floored me. No one could imagine having their own doctor killed in the parking lot. The moment that happened, I was frozen. It was like somebody in your own family dying.
Authorities spent much of the day serving a search warrant at Ahong's Calabasas estate. 46-year-old Sean Randolph of Valley Village and 26-year-old Sarah La Jawed of Canoga Park were also arrested for murder. These follow the arrests 2 days ago
Of course, freaking Pooktavious here.
of 41-year-old Evan Hardman of Tomball, Texas for murder and 40-year-old Ashley Sweeting of Reseda for accessory to murder. This former patient says he would often see Ahong giving her ex-husband evil looks at work. Despite a bitter divorce, the two still work together at the medical practice.
I know that when she looked at him, there was something going on, that made you feel like something was going on every time.
More recently, Hamid had remarried and had a new baby, but legal.
That must have pissed her right off, you guys. I wonder if that's probably the reason why she took him out. They got divorced. She's still working there. And guys, one of the worst things you can do to a woman you divorce is move on, because that'll piss her right off, especially if you have kids with the woman. She will make you pay for moving on, guys.
Fights with his ex-wife that reportedly began in 2009 when the couple divorced continued. Over the years, they reportedly battled over fraud cases, a civil harassment case, several restraining orders, and they repeatedly kept reopening their divorce, most recently in January. A few months prior to Hamid's murder, 3 men beat him with baseball bats. However, it's unclear this time if that's related to the shooting.
Come on, it has to be, guys. 3 random guys beat him with a baseball bat. Come on, it's her. And this is how crazy ex-wives and ex-girlfriends get, guys. You got to be careful what you stick your meat in, guys, and who you marry. You can end up like this guy right here.
Well, the ex-wife is being held without bail tonight. Now, as for the doctor's family, I've been in touch with his brother, and he says at this time that they are not prepared to make a statement. For now, reporting live here in Woodland Hills, Mary Beth McDade. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Guy put his dick in crazy, married crazy, divorced crazy, kept working with crazy, and now he's in the dirt. Guys, come on now. Don't do this. Don't be like him. So I'm going to follow that case and see what's going to happen to that woman. But anyway, so being a stepfather, guys, we all know that being a stepfather is not worth it. What does a man get for being a stepfather? And guys, there was a time in the early 80s and before where stepfathers were revered by the community. I think in Islam, they have a term of reverence for a man who takes on a woman with children if her husband dies in battle, something like that. But boy, are those days gone, aren't they, guys? They're gone. Being a stepfather is the worst move. You are the biggest simp in the world if you become a stepfather. And guys, don't even become so stay away from single mothers and don't even date single mothers that have grown-up kids, because it will cost you somehow, some way, some form. So this guy is going to tell us about his experience being a stepfather. And doesn't this sound appealing, guys? Listen to this. Let me sure the volume's up.
The second thing that I was never prepared for, I mean, I can only write it in my head.
Stack Cheddar, good to see you, my friend. He says, this is why I will never have kids or get married. I refuse to have a female chase me through the family court system. Guys, if you get put in the family court system, you've already lost. It's not if you're gonna get effed, it's how hard you're gonna get effed. You've already lost. So the best way to avoid that is to never play the game.
And it was nothing what I expected, is jumping into fatherhood.
Stepdad role.
Especially being
And look at this girl nodding along with listening to his trauma. Watch.
a stepdad. It's one of the hardest relationship dynamics that I've experienced in my life, because there's no other. Here's a child that I'm responsible for now, and I would do anything for, and I love this child, but there is no other relationship where you're willing to give 100%, and if they're not reciprocating, that you're okay with it.
You hear that, guys? So you have to be okay with having a relationship with a child where you're giving 100% and they're not giving anything back at all. No respect, no integrity, no honesty, no nothing. Yep, Conquering Waters said the best. Ponytail is male feminist telltale sign 100%. Freaking man bun up in here.
I have to get out of my own feelings, get out of my own way of realizing that there is a time period right now, and I imagine that it's going to change eventually, but it's a time period.
Look at that smile. Look at her look at him like, I got my simp. Oh, keep on simping, simp. Look at that look where she's looking right at him. She knows she has him. She knows that there's no reason why he should be in this situation, but she's got him anyway. That's that look right there. Look at that.
Period right now where it's like, I have to love this child who doesn't show the love back.
With a crew like yours, I have to love this child who doesn't show love back. Let's be a stepfather right there, guys. Sounds great, right? Right? And here's another one. Here's Glocktavius make a joke about being a stepdad. Look at this.
Stepdad, of course the baby daddy hates me. Stepdad, of course I get no respect. Stepdad, of course people ask me, is that my son? Look, I'm a stepdad. Of course I'm not going to get a gift for Father's Day.
The freaking Gen Z guys, imagine Gen Z having to defend our country. If you took out Generation X, boomers, and millennials and just had Gen Z men having to pick up a rifle and defend our country, we'd be screwed. Because this
Stepdad, of course
this is what would have to go into battle, overcome adversity, be there for his soldier brothers. This right here, nah, man, we'd be screwed. And it's good to see you, my friend. He says, my friend growing up had a stepdad that arrived from Nigeria. His mom cheated and moved her kids away from him. After 8 years, he had bonded hard. He couldn't handle the Western women and opted out. Yeah, and good for him. Good for him. Guys, don't stay for the kids. Whether they're biologically yours or not. If you get a woman pregnant and you guys talked about not having kids and she wants to have the kids anyway, all she should get from you is a check. Move on with your life, pay your child support, and be ready when the child's 15 for them to knock on your door, and all you do is tell them, say, look, I didn't want you in the first place, or you know what, your mom was impossible. Guys, if you have a child with a woman and she's making it impossible for you to deal with her, keep it moving. And tell that kid, I wanted to be around, but your mother was impossible. Keep your veins cold, guys. this whole you have to do the right thing and endure for your child. Those days are over. Women are strong and independent now. You don't have to do that. So, single mothers are the most entitled women on the dating market. I've said this on my channel multiple times, and that's one of the reasons why you want to avoid single mothers. So this girl here is a single mother of 2, and of course, both of her kids are black. And she gonna tell us all about dating as a single mom, so I can paint the picture of how entitled single mothers are. But before we get into the debates, okay? So let's get into this.
As a single mom, I feel like nobody who's actually a single mom talks about it. It's always unsolicited, opinionated men who talk about it. So
It's because it's because unsolicited, opinionated men are the ones being shamed into having to deal with single mothers. Oh, if you were a real man, you take on me and my kids. What? You're not strong enough to raise a kid that isn't yours? So yes, we can have an opinion. Freaking women just talk and talk, guys.
I'm going to talk about it. What's up? My name is Sadie. I am a single mom of 2. Now, let me start this off by
So there's Nug Nug Jr. right there.
letting you know ahead of time this is going to be a multi-part series because we have so much to talk about on this. So let's get started. The first thing I want to start off by saying, first and most importantly, is if you are a single mom and you are
Pyro, good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, I'm good by the way, man. So so how you doing so far, man?
I'm good, man. You know, just talking about single mothers and how you stay away from single mothers. No single mothers. Don't sleep with them. Don't date them. Don't marry them because one, if they've had one guy's kid, they'll have yours. And two, the biggest simp move you can make is to raise another man's children. What do you think?
I agree 100%. 100%. It's as I said the last stream, being with a single mother is like taking on a woman without $200,000 debt on their
Yeah,
head.
pretty much. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Ronnie said a lot of women are just looking for help, nothing else. I agree 100%, especially single moms. Michael, good to see you, my friend. He says, I love being single with no debt. Yep, keep it up, guys. And guys, here's the thing about being single and a man. You, MGTOW, men go their own way. AJ calls his version men minding their own business. You can choose to be MGTOW and single until you don't want to be anymore. It's a status that can change. Now, Doug and P, I'm not against the relationships with women. I just recommend you find yourself a traditional woman outside the United States, or find yourself a conservative, family-minded woman. But if you've accomplished a lot as a man, you can have relationships with women. Just make sure that you control all of your inputs and outputs with women. If you want to live by yourself and just smash women, I recommend getting a vasectomy and doing it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get married and have kids, and you're willing to accept responsibility as to what could happen, I say go for it. Look, guys, you
Mhm.
you can't you can't be successful, or you can't win if you don't take risks.
Yeah, that's
You just
true.
have to know what modern women are. Modern women are modern women. So yeah, a lot of red pill channels are all against relationships and staying single uh, for the rest of your life. I'm kind of like Kevin Samuels. Children have to be born. People are going to
Mhm.
have kids, and the
Yeah.
best way to raise children is a two-parent household in a marriage. That's not going to change. So anyway, yeah, but I'm not one of those channels where I'm like, oh yeah, women, no women forever. Nah, man, I like vagina, man. Shoot. Let's get back into this girl here.
are watching this, please know that you deserve love. You should not feel guilty for desiring a relationship, and you deserve to be in a healthy and happy relationship.
You hear all this. You deserve love, and you deserve to be in a healthy and happy relationship. Why didn't you think about that before you let Pookie and Nug Nug shoot up the club? And remember, guys, all these women, they have a whole different set of standards after they have kids. Most of these women wouldn't pay the average guy the time of day before they had a kid. Now all of a sudden they have all these standards, stipulations, and most of these women, I think she's like a quarter black because of her hair, maybe half. So B-dubs make the biggest 180 after they have kids, because B-dubs are the streets. They're not in the streets; they are the streets until they have a kid. Worse than any other group of women.
I agree.
Yep.
You should not lower your standards just because you are a single mom.
Don't lower your standards just because you're a single mom. Okay.
Despite what the world tells you. It would be a lie to say that when I first started dating as a single mom, I wasn't discouraged, because I feel like the world had such negative opinions about single moms just putting themselves out there. I feel like people would say things like, as a single mom, you shouldn't have these high expectations. Baby, my expectations are to the roof. And if yours are too, that is okay. Like,
see, all the cope, guys. Her expectations are through the roof.
Yeah, but why?
Go ahead.
Yeah, but why did you pick Pookie of all the dudes?
100% true, man. 100% true. And guys, you have to talk to women about their exes, because you if you have any sense, you're gonna talk to a woman about her exes, and you got to figure out the type of man she was with before you, so you are not paying a higher price than the guy that came before you. Don't do it, guys. Telling you, and nothing where I've met plenty of women where I'm like, oh, they're cool, and then you see they tell you about their ex-boyfriend. Maybe he was he was emotionally and physically abusive. Then you're like, why would I want to follow up after this guy? Or if you were to date a woman with children, um, you see her freaking baby's father's a factory worker, can barely keep the lights on, smokes all day, and plays nothing but Madden. So I guarantee you, he didn't have to take her on dates and take her on trips or any of that, but she wants you to do that for her now. I want to be courted, yeah, now, but yeah, Nug Nug didn't court her before he got the draws and got her pregnant. Guys, don't pay more than the guy that came before you. Don't do it. Gail at night is in the house. Gail is the best moderator on YouTube. Go to her channel and subscribe. I've known her for a long time. Thank you for being here, my friend. I really appreciate it. Adam Egg, good to see you, my friend. Ivan Ocha, good to see you, my friend. Gail says talking about an ex is a major red flag and turn off for me. Yeah, but I think that talking about an ex at the beginning is a turn off. If you start getting serious, you got to start having a conversation about maybe not a specific ex, but exes in a person's past, at least. Yep.
I mean, you have to know what what you're getting yourself into, like what you're investing in.
Yep, I agree, 100%.
You're allowed to have high expectations. You have children or a child that you are setting a standard for. So it makes sense why your standards are high. And if you leave this video with just knowing one thing, just know that you are deserving of having high standards, and you are deserving of being specific about the person that you bring into you and your child's life. And please know that there is hope. The relationship that you desire is out there. I have found it, and I can't wait to tell y'all more about that in part 2. Love you. Bye.
The cope, guys. there's a social infrastructure in place encouraging single motherhood. A social infrastructure in place to encourage single mothers to have unrealistic dating standards. These women honestly think that they can have another man's child, get another chance at it. No, guys, stepdaddy season is over. After Kevin Samuels came on the scene, the dating scene has never been the same. He was the first one to really push. Guys, if you are single, childless, successful, no kids, don't date single mothers. Don't do it. All right, and here's part 2 of her video here. So let's see more of the quote.
Dating as a single mom, part 2. What's up? My name is Sadie. I'm a single mom of 2, and we already covered in part 1 why we are absolutely deserving and will find.
And the thing about it is tattoos on her hands. Look at that. Ugh, really? Come on now. This is why we are absolutely deserving and will find love. Guys, any woman that tosses around the word deserve, run the other way.
Yeah,
No one deserves anything. You got to work for everything you have, especially as a man. Any sentence,
agreed.
any phrase a woman's includes the word deserving in is invalid. Because think about if men tossed around the word, I deserve a 10. I deserve. You'd laugh at him, as you should.
Yeah, yeah. I
Come
know I
on,
would
man.
get laughed at.
Yep, 100%.
Find love and do not need to settle. Now, when I first became a single mom and I started dating, it took a long time for me to get over the guilt of honestly just doing anything outside of being a mom. So definitely I had some guilt associated with dating, which I definitely had to get over. And if you're feeling that, please do not allow yourself to feel guilty for dating and wanting a love life because you absolutely deserve it. When I first started dating,
There's that deserve word again. There it is.
I feel like I obviously deep down had the desire to have a complete family, but I just didn't think it would be possible for me. So I feel like I was attracting what I felt like I deserved, which was
We're attracting what you are. If you're attracting Pookie, Nug, and freaking Gloctavius, that's exactly where you're supposed to be, right there.
Hmm.
And with these 2 kids, that's all she's going to be able to attract. Her 2 kids plus her social media presence. Guys, don't get with a woman whose main industry is content creation because you will be her content. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. So she has 2 kids and she's on TikTok all the time. You better run away.
Shallow, not super deep relationships. And I definitely was not happy with that. So I actually took some time to just be by myself, which I've talked about before. I was intentionally single and intentionally decentered.
Intentionally singled and intentionally decentered from men, guys. Come on now. What's that supposed to mean?
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
What does that even mean? Intentionally single. Because, guys, we all know that women can only get, what is it? Uh, if if um the men that she wants don't want her, which is why she's single. We all know this, guys. You've heard it on multiple channels besides mine. And
Yeah,
look at all this thoughting it up right here, guys. Come on now. Look at this. The men she wants don't want her because she has 2 kids and she's doing stuff like this. And she's not bad looking. I guarantee you, before her 2 kids, she was a smoke show, guys. I guarantee it. But then she had Gloctavius and freaking Keisha Jr. And now she's cooked.
Men, so that way when I was in a relationship, I could be my best self. And let me tell you, it definitely helped. I think the biggest thing that we need to overcome as
And
single
look at
moms.
this. She has this whole group of harpies, guys. Stuff like this is what keeps single women single. All these friends events and and this is why women have so many are disconnected from men. Is these type of events right here? They all get together on their brunches, buying each other gifts, and they give each other horrible advice about the opposite sex.
When we step into the dating world is to truly understand our value, because there's so much truth into you are going to attract what you feel like you deserve. Stay tuned for part 3, because I'm going to talk about the logistics and practically how do you date. And I'm also going to tell y'all how I met my man. Love you. Bye.
All the cope, guys. The thing about it is, I went through her TikTok. There is no sign of a man. There's no wedding ring either. Come on, guys. And remember, single mothers always accept being with a guy, sleeping with a guy, and think of it, that it's serious. No, we keep score by marriages over here, like Kevin Samuels used to say. Justin, how you
Yeah.
doing, buddy? What's going on?
Yo,
Hey.
Give me your opinion on dating single mothers.
have I ever? I don't know. Well, I haven't. I don't have any personal experience doing it. I
Good
just know
job.
guys who've had it. I know guys who've had it, and I've learned. I've learned from secondhand experience. Let's just put it that way.
I'm gonna give you a round of applause.
Give me that Arsenio Hall applause.
Yep. Good job, man. Me, the last single mother I dated was like 4.5 years ago, and it was only for like 3 months because she was 5'10". She was of Haitian descent, a flight attendant, absolutely beautiful, and she wanted to go to like, Zero to move in together and meet my twins because she was 32 and had 13-year-old twins that were a boy and a girl. I was like,
Hey,
what?
man.
So she got
Mm-mm.
pregnant when she was 17, and they were born when she was 18. I was like, what? I was like, I gotta cut this off. And she's like, because we, when we'd be driving somewhere, when she'd be at my house, I'd have Kevin Samuels playing, right?
That's crazy.
And she's like, oh, this guy is trying to brainwash you from being with me. I said, no, this guy makes sense. And when she said something like that, I was like, oh, heck no. See you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
You
like,
see the signs.
yeah. These guys on the internet are brainwashing guys from being with single mom. It's not about brainwashing. It's about knowing you. Remember, guys, we've only been able to share ideas as men since 2015. That's when the manosphere really started. So we're what, 9 years into this thing,
Mm-hmm.
guys. It'll never be the same. Less guys are getting got.
Good God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And guys, and single mothers will lay it on you, boy. They will give you the best. You know, the hop right in the sack with you on the first date. Give it to you good too. Don't fall for the spell, guys.
Mm.
You guys remember the sirens in that was it in Odysseus, where they would, if you heard their song, you jump into the ocean and you drown or they'd eat you. Guys, don't listen
Oh,
to the
like a mummy.
siren song, man. Single mothers
Mm.
have that siren song, man. Don't do it. All right. So this is a Richard Cooper clip. I really, really like this one. We're gonna zoom through this one,
Well,
and then
I will say this real quick.
go ahead.
There is one, I guess you could say, quote unquote, single mom. I think most of us know them. Everyone, everyone has a family member who is a single mom in their family.
Yeah.
Most of them were terrible, but at least speaking from my own auntie, she was outstanding. Um, but I guess I would have to say, of course, she's the exception to the rule. So my first experience around them was with her, and she was she's, I mean, to this day, she's my favorite auntie. And it's largely because of how she treats my uncle, who is married to her by marriage, of course. So,
What,
um,
what year?
we got to-
What year did they get? What year did
oh,
they
two
get married?
decades. This is 2 decades ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
so because guys, I have a sister, and she's my half sister. So my dad married my mom with a child, right? But this is back in 1980. This is back
Mm-hmm.
when stepmothers knew, look, this guy doesn't have children, so I'm gonna have to make up for this for the rest of my life. And my mom did her best. she operated in a deficit most of their marriage because she's like, look, I got to make it up for the fact that I have a child. So, single mothers can win if it wasn't for all the freaking entitlement and the attitude and all the high standards. If single mothers could bring in, more of them can win. But like I always say, single mothers are the most entitled women on the dating market.
That's crazy. I don't understand that. Well,
I
like,
know, man.
what possesses them to think you have a child compared to a single young female who doesn't? But you think you actually compare? Like, I don't like. It would make more sense for you to play that role of, hey, listen, I can do X, Y, Z more so. Not I have these standards that you don't. You can't make those standards anymore. That would be like me being homeless, talking about I got standards for a for a quality woman that I want, but I'm homeless.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sick. I'm 4'11", but I got these high standards that are far and beyond what I know is realistic. It doesn't make we don't do it as men. We like, yeah, I know where I can
No, no,
get.
no, no,
I'm
no.
this,
It isn't.
I'm this,
It
I'm
isn't.
that.
It isn't. We don't do it. We can't do it. We can't because
Oh,
remember, society audits men. That's why it always makes you laugh when freaking these guys are, because if you have a sausage swinging between your legs, life is going to audit you. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Are you going to be ready for when that audit comes? And we have more men who are feminine, more men who are trying to shirk their masculine responsibility, more men who are, and it's just going to make it all that much harder when life kicks them in the face. Guys,
Yeah.
as a man, you will get audited. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's part of the journey of being a man. So make sure
Agreed.
you're ready for it.
mhm.
Well, you know what? We'll do the Steve. We'll do the Rich Cooper one after this one because this is what actually sparked me to want to do this live stream. So I'm gonna tell you guys that this is from the Daily Wrap Up crew. I hate these guys. I hate them.
Really?
I hate them. I hate them. I can't stand them because I don't think that you need to be like Myron from Fresh and Fit and be like a complete POS to these women, but these guys simp way too much. They simp way too
Oh.
much. The guy that's going to be on the left with the hat. So actually, this woman is going to have the most sense out of everybody on the panel. This woman here, while all the rest of the guys are going to be simping. Watch. I can't stand these guys, but let's go over it.
So why do you think so many men, it's like there's pressure for single childless men to be with women with kids? Because when we ask women with kids what their preferences are, they never want to date another man with kids, but they always want, that single man to step up. That's another shame attack that they do. A real man would step up. I'm tired of that. They use that.
Anytime, anything, if a woman says a real man would, any statement after that is invalid. Because think about it. If you were in a group full of women and say, well, a real woman would, guys, we can't say that. We can't. So anytime a woman tries to use the shaming language, it is invalid.
That shit all the time. Like, you know what I mean? So what's your thoughts on this, Alice?
I think that's delusional because why should that man forfeit the opportunity to start his own family to help you take care of your kid because you had a baby by the wrong person? And it goes both ways. I will refuse to deal with a man who has a child.
There you go, man. I'm gonna give her a round of applause because she just dropped the mic right there.
Yeah.
You're starting to see more and more women with this mindset. Like, I don't blame a man for not wanting to have to date a woman with a child because I wouldn't date a man with a child. You see more and more women wake up, guys, and thank God for that.
I have no kids. I'm not dealing with your child. That's not my child. I'm not dealing with your baby mother. That woman's going to always be around. You're never going to be the only woman in his life. You're never going to come first. So it go both ways. I feel like people who have no children should only date other people who have no kids because if you for me, I have no kids. So if I'm dating a man who got a child, I settled. To me, it's the ultimate L.
That's great.
There you go. She's 100% correct, guys. It's an L taking care of another man's kids. And most men don't have children, guys. 54% of black men have no children. 54%. and the number's only rising. And remember, by 2030, I think it's almost 50% of women are going to have no kids in the United States. So you can find women with no children, guys. Don't
Yeah,
settle for a woman with children. Don't do it. What were you saying, Pyro?
yeah, I completely agree. Like it's only like a small percentage of dudes are having kids with this. Like women are having kids by dudes who already have kids.
Yep, it's true. Yep. You have, especially because remember, the fastest growing group of single mothers are women between the ages of 33 and 37, and less than 2% of births come from IVF and artificial insemination. So most of these women are finding some guy that's loose with his seed, already has a bunch of kids, has their kid, and then she has that whole thing where she met a guy that wasn't nothing, gets pregnant by him, but then her child's whole life she can say, well, your dad didn't step up. He didn't want to be a real man. He didn't want to step up and be a real man when you met him. He was a nug when you met him, and you somehow expect him to step up. And guys, I think that uh, this whole real man thing, and then like a man having to step up, is misandrous language. I think that's just showing hatred towards men by saying that stuff, because women don't have to step up. Guys, don't let women shame you with any other stuff. Don't do it.
I agree. If I'm dating a man that has children, it's probably because I'm like,
Holy crap. Look at this right here. Oh my
Ooh.
God. Yikes. And she probably thinks she's cute too with that hardware store in her nose, dude. Oh my God. I like her hair though. Her hair looks nice.
35 pushing 40. Now I'm 35. I still won't do it. On myself, and I'm still desperate to have a family. Then I'll be settling. But then you still, even if like you'll be unhappy though. Yeah, of course you'll be unhappy because you're not wanting your first choice. That's like choice Z. You're not gonna.
Damn.
The beauty of giving your husband his firstborn, he done gave that to this whack ass bitch. So
Yeah,
And she's 100% right with that, guys. You should want to do all of your firsts with the woman that you settle down with.
The love of your life.
What's that?
I said the love of your life.
Yeah.
Get her
You
right the
should want to.
first time as best as you can.
Yeah, you want to have your first kid together. You want to buy your first house together. You want to
Yeah.
buy her first car. You guys buy your first new car together. This is what there's something I call emotional investment, guys. Love comes and goes, but emotional investment is what keeps you guys coming back to the table. If you guys met in college, got married, got your first apartment together, and freaking ate ramen noodles for freaking years while you were trying to make your careers, and then 28 years later, you make a whole bunch of money and a big house and stuff. You can look at your life now and reflect and say, hey, you know what? We've been through some hard times. That's what keeps people together. But the current dating market is, well, we don't build together anymore since the 1980s. And the current dating market is a bunch of single people trying to figure it out. You got to figure out a way to get that emotional investment, which is why I say that single women who've already bought houses is a red flag, especially if they're under the age of 35. Single
Mhm.
women travel all the time. Solo traveler women, red flag, because you have to you have to numb that part of yourself to want to share experiences with somebody else to be able to solo travel all the time. I
Agreed.
hate traveling. I hate traveling by myself. I've done it, but I don't like it. I've traveled by myself enough. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't.
See, I've never. That's interesting. That you, I don't have that understanding. It makes it sound like it makes sense, and because I'm going to Brazil next week, so I'm gonna. It's interesting that you say it because I've had a sense like it. I wouldn't mind it, but something tells me that it would be much more fulfilling if I had someone that
Yeah,
I actually
somebody with
love.
you.
A woman,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. You know,
share
I
that with.
went to I've been to a couple of the Caribbean countries by myself, and I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy the trip, but there were times I'm like, you know, man, it would have been cool if someone else could see this besides me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So yeah,
Mhm.
I
What's the
mean,
alternative? You're taking pictures and photos so you can then show it to people so you can have that, I guess, that passive shared experience. Hey, look where I've been. Whereas if you with someone and they're seeing the same sunset that you're seeing, the same dolphins you're looking at, swimming the same oceans you're swimming in, you don't feel the need so much to take photos and videos because it's
hundred
always going to
percent.
be like, remember we did this, remember we did that. And it's just we did this.
Now, there can be a function for solo travel. If you want to go to Colombia and smash some freaking Colombian broads, go by yourself.
Hmm.
But if you're, if you want to cite, let me sound about this. I waited tables on and off for 8.5 years, right? Uh, I waited tables in 7 different restaurants. So I believe in the restaurant experience. There's nothing better than when you go to a good restaurant, the service is good, the ambiance is good, the drinks are good, and the food is good. When you, when it's you and your significant other and you have a good dinner experience, it's great. Eating by yourself is just terrible. Like I hate eating by. I can't eat
Hmm.
by myself in a restaurant.
Hmm.
I don't want to do it. To me, eating in a restaurant with somebody before I left the DC area, I would just walk up to women or swipe on dating apps because the Washingtonian newspaper would have the top 50 restaurants in DC. I just asked women on dates just to take them out to dinner to restaurants I've never been to.
Hmm.
Wow. Just
Take
random,
them
just
out.
like any decent looking women. Hey, want to just go?
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah, and then and then I wouldn't talk to him again. But you know what? Because I've always wanted to eat there. I don't want to go there by myself. What's an extra $30? Who cares? I make really good
That's
money
interesting.
on my day, and then it's meeting someone new. I'm an extrovert anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah, I hate traveling by myself. I hate eating by myself. I can't stand it, man. Ugh, no way.
She a whack ass bitch.
Well, I promised myself that I would not have kids unless I'm married. So if I never get married, I'm not gonna have any kids.
That's a
Shout out
great
to
mentality
you.
to
There's
have.
no,
Yeah, that's a great
don't
mentality.
do
to
it.
have.
notes.
Don't. So at
Respect
that point,
your eggs.
at that point, I might date a man that has children, but I will never take him seriously and really see him as marriage. Yeah. He's
Yo,
gonna be a
put that
joke,
on the shirt. But you see how, but again, you see how y'all so comfortable saying that, and there's no problem with y'all saying that. But I don't think in bulk men are gonna come into y'all comments or bash y'all, so you hate your father, or I don't even know what equivalent they could use towards women. But y'all won't get as much pushback from some
Because men applaud.
fathers. Yeah,
Men
like you know what I mean.
applaud that. Men applaud that.
Yeah, but if
This guy is the biggest simp on the whole panel. This guy, I can't stand this guy with that. I'm telling you, listen to him. Watch.
But
Any
there's
of us would
also
have- yeah.
there's a lot more childless men than women. So the majority of women have kids. So when a man says, I refuse to date a woman who has a child, her dating pool gets smaller and smaller the more men say that. I mean, it is what it is.
And it's already small.
Yeah, it's already small. I mean, it is what it is.
What about you? You dating a man with kids?
I would say like I can date. I agree. I can date a man with kids, but as far as how serious it's gonna get,
Look at that girl, guys. Come on now. Ugh. Yikes.
that kind of would depend. Me, I'm the type of person like, in actuality, we have to live within like, what works for us. So like if it's a certain time and it's like, I know I don't want to have kids or something like that. And like, I am willing to take on that type of, situation, then I guess that's what my decision would be. But I don't, I mean, it's nothing against you or your kids, but it's just like, ideally that wouldn't work for me and like, the life that like I want for myself. But I think it depends on the person and, their level of, standards and stuff and what matters more to them,
What did she just say, guys? What did she just
I don't
say?
even know.
Exactly.
I'm
telling you, women just talk, man. Women just talk, and it's like they don't have to make any sense. They just talk. She's talking for like 40 seconds. What'd she just say before her phone went off? Come on now.
The reason why her phone went off. I can tell you the reason why her phone went off because it was time for her to. It's time for her to stop making to to stop saying stupid shit. Sorry about that.
I was gonna say she has a cake in the oven. She has to go get out of the oven.
Oh yeah. By the way, sorry for my language. By the way, kind of slipped
Oh,
up.
it's fine. Yeah. I just think that she had some freaking barbecue ribs cooking on the grill. I had to go flip the ribs. That's what.
Her birth control. That's your birth control? That was my journal time.
Ooh,
Okay.
Shut up the
I'm
journal
so
time.
sorry.
her dinner time.
So
That was her dinner
why do you
time.
put so much pressure on?
Is that what she said? She said that was her dinner time. That was my dinner time.
Childless men to be with like single mothers?
Like they said, man, the pool is getting smaller, and it's just like a shaming tactic to get men who they want, you know what I mean, who they really want, you know what I mean, to take on that responsibility.
They didn't want them niggas when they didn't have no kids.
I tell you, this girl is just base as all hell, man, and she's 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the guys that single mothers date, they wouldn't date them if they didn't have children. 100%. I agree.
I mean,
What's that? Oh, I thought someone said
It's only now
it's only now that they hit the wall or
that
something.
nigga knocked you up and left you. Now. And the same thing, I'm gonna be honest, the same thing goes for men. You got men who they didn't want a good woman. You was trying to give that dick to everybody. And you knocked up the wrong bitch. And now you want to spin the block. Yeah. But you blocked. Absolutely not.
But I think most men can spin the block. I only say this because when we talk about single mothers, right? Most of the time the child is going to be with the mother. Like, you know, with a guy, like, what, he going to have his kids on maybe on the weekends. Like, so you're not going to be able to really worry about that kid on a consistent basis as a man will with a single mother.
Even if he don't have the kid, that woman is still going to be around. You got women that will put that nigga on child support simply because he moved in and he got a new girl. The girl is stressing him out. His baby mom's just stressing him out. Now he taking that out on you. You ain't even do nothing to him. It's a lose-lose either way. I know that most people feel like, well, the child is not always with the man. Okay, but his baby moms get disrespectful. The chances of him checking her slim to none. You want to know why? If he piss her off in any way, shape, or form, she could go right down to the courthouse.
There you go, guys.
Oh, she's based. She's
yep,
based,
100%, man. 100%. Tell you, and she, in a little bit, she's gonna tell you. She's gonna say that there are baby fathers whose baby mothers disrespect the woman and the baby father, but he just says, "Oh, that's my baby mama." You know what I'm saying? And just put up with it. This is why you just don't get involved in any of this. And like, why is she the most base person on the panel? This is why I hate these guys, man. I can't stand them. Look at them just sitting there having to get told common sense by a woman. Look at this.
By a woman of all people.
Oh really? Oh really? Come on now.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, you know it's bad when a woman have to bring you back to reality. A woman of all people.
Yep, I agree. 100%. Yeah, she is based AF, man. Straight up.
She could keep the kid from him. So he got to kind of walk on eggshells. And then as a woman, you don't respect him because it's like, nigga, why you don't ever check this bitch? Right. You know, she gets away with murder and his response is, that's the mother of my child.
Well, you've been in this situation before?
Yeah, you said it sound very...
We see it. Yeah, nigga.
Like,
never again. I said, you know what?
How many times?
Once.
Oh, one time. All right.
Absolutely not.
He sent you in like a Pokemon to go get his baby mom? Like, I choose you. Go get it. Like, I'm saying,
go get what? I'm not no fucking attack dog. You knocked her up, not me.
Okay. So there's a lot of women. There's a lot of girlfriends fighting baby moms for their man.
It's a waste. You want to know why? You could fight her, but she's not going anywhere. They have a kid. Just
gonna make the situation.
He put his dick in her. He knocked her up. Let him deal with her and just remove yourself, because that's.
See, she's all sorts of base, man. No single mothers, guys. Don't do it. And for what? And for some freaking coups? Are you serious?
Nah.
And guys, Nug Nug always has a way back in. If she gets upset enough, you make her cry, and you leave the house, or she has to leave the house, she's probably going to go back to Nug Nug's house. Let him hit the draws. Come on, guys. Yep. Salty
Yeah.
Pipe, good to see you, my friend. She's all sorts of base, man. And look at him, getting told
If
by this.
more women thought like her, there would be a lot less men like Future. They would see the writing on the wall with the first child, and I even give them okay, the second child. Okay, this guy's a deadbeat. He's got two different baby moms. But you have women who are voluntarily dealing with men like Nick Cannon or Future. You say, well, they got money. It's different. Yeah, no, there are men in real life who are very average, who are not of their status or money, who don't have their status or money, who are very average, who have probably even more kids than Future and Nick Cannon. So it's not just a rich man such issue. It's a this is a moral issue. So that's how you have a lot of these men who don't have kids because these women have given up their they were once childless and they sacrificed their childlessness for a man who has already had multiple children with different women. And now they've been completely tainted because now they're in that circle of different, not just that one man who have all these children, but also all of the women that he's dealt with. She also has to deal with that. So now you have a man come into the picture with that one woman dealing with this circle of people. It's just like man, we need more women
Yeah.
like her, thinking like
But,
her,
but,
teaching
but
another
guys,
woman.
see, I don't think that there's going to be more women like her. I think that we're going to see more futures. You want to know why? Because what did I say earlier? The fastest growing group of single mothers are women between the ages of 33 and 37. And what happens between the ages of 33 and 37?
The wall.
They smash right into it, guys. Women are being encouraged to be strong and independent. In fact, you have these single mothers by choice where they choose to go it alone. And most of these women, they don't do it by IVF. They don't do it by insemination. They find a nug nug who already has 4 kids and have his 5th kid. That's how they're doing it, guys. So we are going to see more futures, not less. And the sad part about it is you're going to see more futures getting women who should know better pregnant. These are
Yeah.
doctors, lawyers, surgeons.
Just like that Disney star girl who got pregnant by that light skinned Pookie.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Haley Bailey or whatever.
She took
or even
herself from
Naomi.
from the suburbs. She looks like like she's in those like gated communities, and she's talking to that dude.
Yep. Yeah.
Or
Yep.
even someone like
I
Naomi
didn't.
Osaka. I had high hopes for
Hmm.
her because I really genuinely thought she. I genuinely thought, even like Haley Bailey, I thought, oh, she's like a Disney princess. They had this image, her and her sister. They did. But what I found out, which I wasn't surprised, is that when they got from under their father, who was their manager, they decided to cut ties with him, like Beyonce did with her father, and then she
Hmm.
spiraled out of control. That's exactly what happened to them. About a year
Yep.
after they broke up, because they didn't like his rules, they didn't like his standards, they didn't like being under his rulership. So when they
No.
decided we're going to rule ourselves, this is the result. Now you got her, you got the sister, not Haley Bailey, but her sister on tape filming herself, basically getting smashed out, and she calls
Really?
that art and film. Oh my goodness! When I
Well,
when
that's
I was in my when I was curious, and it's listen, it's bad for her, good for men, but it completely destroyed her career because they
guys.
had an image that was on track to
And
making them something great.
and and and, and Halle Bailey's parents are still married, successful. If you look at what conservatives say, you would need a girl would need to not be a single mom. She had it, but she
Yeah.
ended up being a single mom anyway. R- Raging
Wow.
Gamer, good to see you, my friend. How you? This rapper DDG. Never underestimate the power of Pookie, guys. Ever. They have a hypnotic trance for these broads. I'm telling you, dude. They
And he's not even a known rapper. Like he's not. He doesn't have. If you're going to do it, I'm not saying they should, but if you're going to get with a rapper who's screwed up and who's like pervert, like make it someone like Future. I'm not even saying you should
Yeah.
do it. I'm like, make it,
Yeah.
like you got fame, you
At
got a lot
least,
more money.
at
That
least
at least
he's
bare minimum.
he's top. He's a pookie, but at least he's at the top.
And this is
That's what I'm gonna
freaking.
say.
This is Naomi Osaka, and he's some YouTube rapper named Cordell or something like that. Who knows who this guy
No
is?
one knows. No one cares. And the crazy part, she had a really innocent crush with Jordan, that guy Jordan who played a Black Panther, um,
Oh,
Killmonger.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, and then this was like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was innocent. You can tell she was like, "Oh, I got a crush." I said, "Okay, he's a great guy," And then she went completely left. This I was like, "No,
Yep.
how you become a multi millionaire? You could have had the top guy. You chose to be in the." She had great parents, same situation like Haley Bailey. Great parents, they still together, they steered her right,
Hmm.
and this they just slap in the face. We
Yep.
got you to this point. We helped, get you. We paid for your trainings, and same thing with Serena. It's like, what is going on? The disrespect to the men in their lives that got them to that point in their lives, and they cut them off. We're going to do things our way, and then you embarrass the family name, and
Yep.
then you debate yourself. It doesn't make any sense.
Yep. I agree, man. All the tools necessary to not be a single mom, and they ended up a single mom anyway.
Yeah.
Crazy, guys. It's crazy.
It's going to be an ongoing. Even if you get married, it's going to be an ongoing headache, and it's not worth it. Unfortunately, kids are permanent. Once they're here, they're here. He has to deal with that. He's going to have to suffer the consequences of being reckless with his penis. So work it out with Shorty.
Okay, and there you have it. You did.
Jessica, good to see you, my friend. Always good to see you. Guys, make sure to like the streams, subscribe if you haven't already, and there's a link to the StreamYard link if you want to come up and join the conversation. Let's get back into this.
Say, I know you're very
The thing is, bro, like
paying out.
men.
Go ahead.
The thing is, I think men should stop like living off this thing about like she's my baby mama, bro. Like she's the woman I have children with. Like, bro, you guys literally left. You guys are not with each other anymore. The only thing you should care about is your children right now.
Yeah, but that's why they do it though, because remember, a lot of men have to appease their baby mamas to be able to keep seeing them, or women think
Oh,
that it's women think that it's a man's responsibility to keep the peace with a woman instead of it being uh, reciprocal. I'm telling you guys, if you marry a woman, she becomes less feminine. She becomes combative and disagreeable because she has you, and there's consequences if you guys break up. It's the same thing of when a woman has your children. She figures she doesn't have to do anything in the spirit of cooperation. She can just make your life difficult because she can take those kids away from you whenever she wants to because she has you by the balls. That's what it is. That's modern women, guys. Modern women. Raymond, good to see you, my friend. Yeah.
and even in knowing all that and saying all that, everything you said is true. I
Hmm.
still want a family and children and a wife. Like
Yeah.
I'm aware of it. But that just like you mentioned earlier, you said, yeah, I can travel the world alone, I can eat by myself alone. But I would much rather find a random woman who looks decently attractive, who I can have just to have a conversation with and not see her again. Even though I would be saving money. So I was like, because we're just social creatures. This is the way God made us. We're supposed to be together. So when we
Yeah.
have this strife against each other, even though we hate it and we're like, oh, I should avoid it, we still find ourselves like, well, maybe give this a shot, even if it's like a roll of the dice. It's crazy.
You guys know that in a recent Pew Research poll, men under 30 for 52% said that a family and children is on their list of priorities, and only 27% of women said that. So we are in the great experiment right now, guys. I'm 43, so women my age and younger are in the great experiment where remember 42% of men have procreated throughout history, and 90% of women have. But now women are giving all the options. So most men have been alone and haven't procreated. But now we have the great experience where women can navigate life to truly be alone. Now we're going to be able to see what women's lives are like alone, guys. Alone. And I don't think that women can handle it. That's why there's a whole bunch of there's always that's why women are speaking out of both sides of their mouth. For every woman under 35 that's like, I'm strong, independent, I don't need a man. There's a woman over 35 saying, where are all the good men? Why can't I find a man? There's piss in the dating pool. Blah, 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 blah. One day the experiment is going to be over, guys. And women are going to look up and just get tired of being alone. Women weren't built to be alone. Men, we can be alone. Men have fought in wars for years away from women.
Yeah.
You know, most of the time,
away from the house.
if you think of a hermit or a loner, it's a man. The homeless, a man. Women think this is just another example. Women think that they want the journey of a man, but they don't want the smoke, guys. They don't want it. And this is already exhibiting itself in like STEM fields. I say this on my channel all the time. STEM fields have a recruitment and retention problem when it comes to women, because 50% of women will quit a STEM job if they have a child, and 50% will quit a STEM job by the time they're 42 years old.
That's early. Wow.
Yeah.
You haven't even, you're basically starting your career, but they're quitting at the, wow.
In C-suite employees, CFO, COO, CEO, for every one man that quits quits the C-suite, 2 women do. And if you're a CEO, the average man is a CEO for 6 to 8 years. The average woman is a CEO for 3 to 4 years, guys. So women claw their way up the top of the ladder just to, excuse me, just to quit.
That's
Men
stupid.
don't quit. Women will leave everything behind because of their mental health, and I have to focus on my family and my personal life and other issues. Tell you guys, we
don't have that luxury.
Yeah, we don't. I've done multiple stories on my channel about women who freaking walked away from a 6-figure career when they're 27 to freaking walk the earth like Kane from Kung Fu. You know, go pick grapes in Austria and stuff. Men, we can't do that. I'm dead serious.
You're right, though.
Yeah. It's insane, guys.
Well, they can do it because they can go and pick grapes in Australia because there's a man in the vineyard who takes a liking to the woman who allow them to stay there for free, to sponsor them, do all things to fly them out. So we don't have that sponsorship, that flying out, that you can just hey, just come, I'll take care of you, no matter what you do. We don't. We just don't.
Yep. CVM, thank you for the donation. Once you hit 50 women, matter less and less. 100%. I'm almost there. Not yet, but almost there. ERA Black TV. Women aren't made for the stresses of life outside of the home life. I agree. 100%. Raymond says, have fun when the power goes out and there's no more food, ladies. I agree. 100%. Let's get back into let's get back into this debate here.
Men don't get any benefits from being a step baby daddy.
Well, when I say men, I'm talking about step parents, period. I have to clarify that. Step parents, period, there's no benefit. Stepmother, stepfather, step parents, period, there's no benefit. How would I benefit from helping a nigga raise his kid?
Well, you could walk away from any time. So if you want the experience of having a child and then you want to dip out.
But it's not the same.
You just dip out whenever.
Decline management in the house. Always good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, drop a comment if you watch this after the fact, and hit that super chat, hit that super chat button if you're feeling generous.
Hit the XP and then dip.
I feel like it's not the same because it's not yours. Like, I don't want to hang with this little nigga.
At least she's honest. I'm telling you,
Mhm.
this girl is
Mom.
based, man. Just based. Let's go.
Get out of here.
Get out of
Like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
That's great.
So there's no benefit. I mean,
There's none. Well, how would I benefit? And then
These all. I mean, that's why I hate these guys, man. All three of these guys. I'm gonna give each one of them a
Beta!
all three of them. Random. Ah.
That the delay beta
That's
was
why I
funny
ain't
as hell.
the third one. Hey, that's funny.
I forgot that there was three of them. I
Yeah,
forgot there was three of them. I
that's
was like, oh shit! I gotta hit it. I gotta hit it 3 times.
that was funny. That is funny.
like, okay, if you marry a man and he has a child, right? If he's on child support and he falls behind on his payments, they come after the wife's money. It's a very big risk. They're gonna come after his. And I know one of my aunts is married. She got kids. Her husband got kids, and they had a joint account. She had to shut that down because they was going into the account and taking money. What's the benefit?
Ari also said she would never marry Moneybag Yo because of that same reason.
But why are you with him then?
And Moneybag Yo has like 10 kids, guys.
Damn.
Yeah, he's a freaking Memphis rapper. How many kids does Moneybag have?
Oh, here's the guy that was.
Bro, he has to like follow. He has to follow his hero,
kids.
Future.
8 children.
Wow.
Yep.
I know Future is his idol.
And if you guys don't know who Moneybag Yo is, I mean, come on now.
I know of him.
Yeah, he looks exactly how you think he'd look. Come on now. Octavius Maximus. You know what I'm saying?
This is what's being promoted. No more of the Martin Luther Kings and the just recently retired light skinned man who took over Malcolm X's position for the last couple of decades. They used to be the forefront. They used to be the ones promoted in the media. Now you got Moneybag Yo and Future and Nick Cannon.
I'm gonna make
Those
I'm gonna make you real sad, Joseph. Name something that that Black people have achieved politically and policy-wise since the Civil Rights Movement in the last 50 years.
politically and policy. Politically, something that was monumental, that was quantifiable. You can put your finger on it. This is benefit. Damn.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
you went straight to entertainment. You went to the. No, we focus on entertainment. Malcolm X said that. He said, "You got these people following entertainers. You better be careful. You better what?" And this is what. Damn, you're right.
Last 50
You
years.
gotta be something.
That's why freaking Black History Month, we still go to freaking MLK, dude, and Malcolm X. Still to
Because
this
we
day.
have nothing to reference.
It's 50 years later, guys. Isn't that sad? But you know what? Hey, it's our own fault. It's
Wow. 50 years.
Yeah, Jessica says Obama maybe, but that's
No.
more symbolic than anything else because African Americans, Black people, we didn't get anything policy wise out of it. Marriage equality came before anything, any sweeping legislation that would directly help just Black people. Gay people got what they wanted before. Yep.
Wow.
Robin says I have several childhood friends with 10 plus kids, at least 5 with one with 15. There was a county in North Carolina where 3 men had 85 kids between them.
Wow.
In one county in North Carolina. Yep.
I wasn't wrong. My suspicion was true when I said Future and these are just the public figures with money. It's guys who don't have money who have more kids than they do. You would think it would be the opposite. That's man. Oh,
He's telling you the modern woman is a professional. She's gonna what I say before. She's gonna smash into that wall, and then she's gonna find some guy who's irresponsible with his seat, and society is gonna give her the cop out. Oh, he wasn't nothing. He's a freaking deadbeat. He was a deadbeat when you met him. All right, let's get back to this page girl here.
No, she got.
What your ching? He got wild kids.
Well, she did. He has to have some type of money. I've seen all the diamonds he be buying her. Something.
How you know it's real?
How you know it's not sponsored? It could be.
I don't know.
It's a sponsor. That's great.
It might be. I heard it's very popular.
So, Drew, why you? I mean, it probably is. I ain't gonna hold you. Why you think there's so much pressure on childless men to kind of be with women with kids?
I would go with the Umar route, but I'm a.
Nah, say it with your chest.
I didn't. I was being funny.
Niggas did say Umar got you shook. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They said all of us, all right?
It's specifically Drew. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, fuck out of here. Them niggas not. Them niggas. Watch your mouth. I was. You see me? I said you. I was in them comments. Tear them niggas up.
We appreciate you.
It was. Yo, my fault, man. I ain't trying to start no podcast beef or anything, but it was some. What's son that was talking crazy?
Mr. Let Go.
Yeah, Mr. Let Go.
His headline let go a long time.
That's all.
What he say?
He was talking crazy.
He was talking. I sent that to you too.
Yeah, he was talking.
I was
crazy.
like, sick him.
Who that?
We gonna talk about it after, man.
Right,
If you got something to say, we can talk about it.
Oh, okay.
I ain't never seen an A skill like that. Like,
nigga polished the veneer before he said that.
my bodyguard president.
I would like to hear it too.
Well, he would say that there are, black men need to step up and help the women because it's our fault.
But that's different, though.
And that's one of the worst arguments ever, guys. You hear that? Whoa, there's so many fatherless children that the men without children need to step up for the sake of the community, guys. No. When you have men shaming other men like women would shame them, that's the worst. Only thing worse than women doing sign language is when men do sign language. Absolute worst. And Dr. Umar Johnson, he is freaking king. Beta. Oh, I can't stand him either. This freaking black woman mother goddess garbage, dude. Ugh, no.
Black woman is God.
Telling you
You know that? Black woman is God. God.
I've said I'm gonna end up saying this on pretty much every single stream in the near future, but you get Thanos snap 80% of black women, American black women, off the planet. Not only would no one care, but the world will be better off. American black men have the worst women to choose from. Bunch of wild animal hyenas, dude. Straight up, weed wearing, tatted up, just freaking disaster, dude. Ugh.
I just did outside my race. So we don't have, unfortunately, those who look like us is the bottom of the barrel. True. And you hate that that's the case. And it's sad because I look back in the 60s and says, man, they had the natural afro, they black and proud, and they was walking lockstep and barrel with the men at the time. And it's like, damn, I can't get with the women that look like me. Oh, that sucks. But fortunately, we got options, so we can just date up. And it's like, hey, I love women either way. I can adjust.
Yeah.
More than happy to.
You want to see what black women used to look like?
Please show me.
I put black women.
Movies.
I put black women in the 70s, right?
Damn.
This is what black women used to look like. Look at that. Look at that. Could you imagine that now? God, look at that.
Oh my God. With the afro, man.
Yeah, Carlos X says to Gracia in the clip, why are you gay? The guy with the hat gets even worse in a little bit, so watch out. But yeah, look at this, man. Look at black women in the 70s. Look at this.
Pam Grier, Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross.
Black women in the 70s. Look at
These
that.
are normal women. Gorgeous.
Yep.
Tasteful clothing.
What happened? Look at that.
Man.
God.
Oh, that's why you had that reaction earlier when you said you was giving her a little bit of smoke, the light skinned chick. You said, but I like her hair. It took you back to a time. You're like, oh wow, I remember. Bashful.
Look at that.
It's a natural
I
instinct when
mean,
we see natural.
these women look way better back then, but no, these sexy reds and all these Sukianas and all these.
Yeah. And you can look at those women and you can tell if only they just love themselves enough to they will get all the attention and they won't even have to go overboard with it. They go so
Yeah,
far overboard with it. But now we're forced to go to Brazil, to Colombia, where the women are still natural, where they look like the women ours looked like in the 70s and 60s.
but
Not
now
because
they're
they're
looking
better,
like
they're just natural.
now. Now they're taking a Ozempic on top of that too.
Oh my, oh wow, yeah.
But you know what? Ozempic isn't gonna solve the weight crisis in the black community. It's just not. You're gonna see white women get thinner, but not black women. Heck no, no way, nope, 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 nope. Because freaking Ozempic costs money, and black women are
Hmm.
not gonna spend money on. They've embraced this body positivity. I'm thick stuff so much. They're not gonna. How much
It's like
does
$1,000 a
Ozempic
pill.
cost? It's a
$1,000 a
shot.
pill.
So
Crazy.
without insurance, Ozempic typically costs around $968 per month, and you get one syringe
Mm.
to inject into your stomach each week. You think any B dub is going to spend 968? You think most of these B dubs have $968 a month
No,
to
because they're gonna have
spend
to
on
pay for
freaking
their weaves
Ozempic
and nails,
and student loans? Come on now. Yeah.
and don't forget about their kids.
Yep. You got it. Yep. Yep. Carlos X said Pam Grier was sexy as all get out. Sade,
Hey,
Holly Berry, 100%, man. You know, guys, I will always have a place in my heart.
Friday.
One of the most beautiful women to ever live,
Wait,
Stacey
is
Dash.
this oh yeah,
Hmm.
the clueless version. Oh,
She's
Yeah.
literally
plus
one of the most beautiful women to ever live.
the,
Like,
the, the
she was
gray
my
eyes.
first real crush. I don't care if she's crazy. I don't care if she's an idiot. Look at this, dude. When she was on that Kanye West video, yeah,
Wait,
all falls down. Oh man, look at Holly Berry, man. No, I'm sorry. Stacey Dash.
Yeah,
She's one of the most beautiful
oh,
women.
Stacey Dash
Yeah,
is
absolutely beautiful, man. Look at this
it's
girl.
pops. I mean, just
Absolutely
like
fine. Look at that.
still takes my breath away. And she's older and she still looks great.
Yep. She's like 53 or something like that, and she still looks good. I still snatch. Look at
Mhm.
that.
A
God.
comparable woman who sings and dances is Maya. She was mine.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Maya can get it, man. Straight up.
She still looks great too. She still got the voice.
Yeah.
Ah,
You can still get it, man. Look at that. I think that Maya had a BBL though, unfortunately.
you think so?
Yeah, I think she
I
had
didn't think.
a BBL. Yeah, but she can get it too, man. And freaking Ashanti still looks good too.
Nah, she never did it for me. I love her voice though. Her voice is great.
She can totally get it, man. She can totally get it.
She
Anyway,
most of
never did
these
it for me.
chicks are so cool. I mean they're so good looking.
Naturally.
I want to
But keep in
yeah.
mind, these
I
are
would love to
women. She's
smash.
showing pictures of women that in their prime, which was about 20 years ago. So this is when women came out into the industry and they were natural because the BBL, the plastic surgery wasn't a thing or it was too expensive. So they
Mhm.
came out naturally and they were like that for at least a decade or two before they
Well,
even thought about getting plastic. So we're looking at who they used to be. But a lot of women are coming into the industry already done up with a lot of makeup
it's
and
true.
plastic. So
It's true.
that's the difference.
And then the industry was different back then too. Um, have you seen those compilations online of how girl groups and boy groups, excuse me, used to have to be able to sing and dance? Like Janet Jackson, she said that before she went on tour, she'd have to run on a treadmill and sing it and be able to sing an entire album while she was running on a treadmill.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
back in the
believe it.
day. Now you have all these Lizzos just freaking waddling around on stage trying to sing. Come on now, the standards were higher back then when it came to showmanship and performance. That's why when you see guys, YouTube a Chris Brown concert, he's
I
doing
heard he's great.
backflips and doing the flips
Yeah,
while he's
while
singing and
singing,
stuff. Come
incredible,
on now, yeah, the
incredible.
standard is just lower. All right, let's get back into this.
That's different.
That's it's not. How is it your fault that woman had a baby by the wrong man? Not for nothing. Who's Umar's not a stepfather.
But he would then say, if I'm in Umar's shoes, I would then say, well, I'm building a school and I'm helping these young black boys.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with helping, but helping and raising a child is completely different. It costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to raise a child. It's expensive. Why would I invest hundreds of thousands of dollars into something that will never be mine? That's like paying a car payment, and the car is it's not in your name. It's never going to be in your name. What do you get out of it?
Once again, why is this girl the most base person in the room and a bunch of beta? It's ridiculous. And look at them. Like she's telling you guys something new.
Hold on, man. That beta, it didn't hit as hard as the first time. The third one, the delay, for some reason, I don't know, that got me. I don't know what you did. It was like, okay, it's done. And it's just like, baby.
A bunch of beta simps, dude. A bunch of freaking beta simps on the show. I can't stand them guys.
Where's the father?
Okay. And he gonna pull up once that kid is successful. Nigga say, oh yeah, I'm your real daddy.
Right.
But I do agree with Umar where he said, we do need to step up and help the young brothers in our community. Yeah, that part for sure. But you know what I mean?
But that's two different things.
I'm not gonna be no Captain Saver.
Yeah, but I feel like you can't do something as detrimental as having a child out of wedlock. This is male or female. And then after you make that piss poor decision, right? Then now all of a sudden the community got to come and help you. Like that doesn't make any sense.
I think that's the tone that was set by, with the government assistance and all that stuff.
But it's not helping. It's just making things worse. I could understand if somebody, like you got people who have multiple kids out of wedlock. It's not like it was a one-time thing. Now you're putting their piss poor decision. You putting the responsibility on the backs of those who are responsible. That's not fair. I, for one, I'm not going to do it.
Let alone you can't even make no decisions.
Yeah.
You got all the
That's a lot of money.
all the responsibility, but no
real say so.
Yeah.
That is a fact. I'm not.
Yeah, guys, don't take care of another man's kids. Don't do it. When have you ever seen a successful person get up in an award show and say, "I want to thank my stepdad for raising me"? It's never happened.
Oh, that's
Never
a great
happened.
point.
Ever happened? No way. Nope. And then have you seen the stories where the daughter is like, "Oh yeah, I had a stepdad, but I discovered my biological father, so I'd rather have my biological father walk me down the aisle instead of my stepfather who raised me and who's paying for the wedding." You just see that story?
I've seen it.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst things I ever heard.
Yep. The freaking disrespect, guys.
It's not even about the money because the money comes and goes. She's talking about the risk of financial, it's the emotional labor. It's the risk of you pouring everything into a child that ultimately, when that child gets older, decides, you know what, I'm going to go look for my real dad. Your real dad, you mean not me, the one who was, there for you, loving on you, taking care of you, emotional labor outside of you just want to go for the guy who was never there. He's more important to you. But you just have to fill that void because I wasn't enough because I'm not your real father, right? So, it's man, yeah,
Yep.
that's
100%
the risk
true.
that they take.
Yep. That's the risk.
I mean, like I said, I do agree. We got to do a better job at just helping the black boys. I do not.
Where's
Listen,
the daddies?
I'm never going to take accountability for nobody's bad decision making. That's just me personally. Y'all could do that. You know what I mean? I just can't. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm not going to come to nobody, male or female, and blame my traumas and say, well, you have to give me great. Nah, I'm going to do the work myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anybody that wants to do it, I don't shame you. That's just not what I don't get into that.
For the kids with deceased parents, yeah. But if your situation is a situation where your mother or father picked an irresponsible person to have a kid by, you on your own.
I mean, it ain't for everybody.
I mean, they ain't gotta be on their own. They could date men with kids, but they don't want to date men. That's the
I'm gonna
crazy
be
part.
honest. Even when you have two people and they both have kids, the relationship still don't work because you got two people.
What you mean, the Brady Bunch?
No. I'm gonna tell you how. Right? You got.
What you mean, the Brady Bunch? I told you guys. I keep telling you.
Two people. Each of them has a child.
Okay.
You have one person. They may raise their child. Their child is well behaved and disciplined. The other one, their child is off the fucking chain. Now, when one person comes to the other person like, hey, you know, your kid is kind of like when we go out and we try to have family time, your kid be wilding out. You can't tell me nothing about my. It's even people who.
That may be true, Anders. I think all these dudes were single moms. I'm pretty sure that's the truth.
Both have children. When they come together, it still don't work majority of the time. Because you got two people that may raise their children different. And then kids want their biological parents.
Yeah, I agree with that. But some women do allow men to take the role in leadership where they.
But a lot of times it makes the child uncomfortable because that's not my father or that's not my mother. So they don't feel comfortable taking direction from this is not my, you know what I'm saying? They want their actual parent.
I keep telling you, this woman is telling them what's what. Isn't that sad?
Mm-hmm.
Why is she the most base person in the room? Why?
It's strange to me. This is very, very strange to me.
I freaking hate this show, man.
Unusual. It is very unusual. I've never actually seen this before, to be honest.
In my entire life, I've never seen this.
And look, you know, they've been doing well. They started their podcast during the cough, so they had the cough bump. So they have 248,000 subs because they started the same time that Kevin Samuels did. But yeah, they haven't learned it all, guys. Haven't learned it all.
I mean,
it's uncomfortable.
I know situations like I got a couple of friends who taken on that route and they succeeded in it. I mean, I would have to ask him what the benefits is for him. You know what I mean? But
what you mean succeed?
Like they moving forward and getting married and all that good stuff, and he treats them like it's own, and they treat him like their dad or whatever. So that in that situation, it worked out.
It happens sometimes. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, it definitely happens.
But that will never be his child. That will never be his kid.
But it's all about what the love is. I mean,
but it's 8 billion people.
This freaking beta simp. I told you guys. It's about where the love is. I know a couple people it worked out for. You know what? I'm pretty sure there's 1 or 2 people in the world that jumped out of a plane at 11,000 feet without a parachute and survived. But that doesn't mean that you should do it, right?
Yeah.
God, this guy's an idiot. Oh, the guy with the
I
hat.
gave the example of my auntie that it was an absolute success. But then for every one of her, I know 10 more where it was an absolute failure. So what point is he making?
And that was 20, 30 years ago, too.
Yeah, I forgot that factor.
Yeah, you got it.
On earth, you could find somebody else to love.
I feel you,
now,
but
let's be clear.
It ain't gonna work for everybody.
If that situation don't work out,
right?
If they get married and the marriage don't work out, it's a waste of time.
I think the person without a child has more to lose in that situation. I think that's what it really crumbles down to. You have more to lose.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this again: a lot of motherfuckers still be fucking their baby moms and their baby father. I know of one.
This girl is base. I keep telling you guys, it's a shame that she is the arbiter of knowledge in this room, and all the rest of them.
She definitely got
her own podcast.
What's that? Son?
I said she needs her own podcast. She's actually the star of the show. So this is not her show, right? It's theirs.
It started with these three. She may be on the podcast. I don't regularly watch these guys, so I don't know.
Oh, they need to keep her on board. They smart.
Yeah, man. because she's the only one making sense.
Mhm.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, listen, it definitely happens, and it's a responsibility. You gotta be prepared for it, man. It's not for everybody. Definitely ain't for me.
And you can get put on child support for that child as well, even if you didn't sign the birth certificate. It just depends on the judge.
That is true. That is also a fact.
I mean, like if you step in.
If the mother or father, but I'll say mother, if the mother can prove that you took on a father figure type role, even if you didn't sign the birth certificate, depending on what state you live in and depending on the judge that you get in family court, they can make you pay child support for that child.
That's wild.
Yeah, I've seen that happen. I've seen men go to jail for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like not paying child support or having back child support, and that's not even a child type shit. Like,
I don't feel bad for them because you stupid.
My dad was supposed to be paying child support, and he got like his license suspended. He lost his car. He was almost gonna go to jail. So
child support.
Would any of you like legally adopt a child like in marriage? Like, okay, I've been in this child life, and
Carlos X says she's basically slapping her meat on their foreheads. It's true, man. This is sad that this woman is so base, and they've been doing this for 4 years, and this is like the summation of all their work right here, of all their studies into the intersectional dynamics between men and women. Is having this chick be the most based person on the show. Isn't that sad?
That's
it's
very
still like
sad.
the situation where the child like, I wrote you this letter saying I want you to be my new mommy, my new daddy,
Yeah, I've
and
seen that.
and you know, I see a lot of people take that it's still a risk to me in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you mean like an orphanage, like type?
No, like
legally
in a
adopt your
relationship.
stepchild.
Yeah,
You can adopt a child.
you adopt them.
legally adopt your stepchild. Who?
Oh, you mean legal? Oh,
even
okay.
Even
Yeah,
Marcel's
she
husband
violated.
did that. Yeah,
She
but he's an
violated.
idiot.
But she violated.
He's an idiot.
So if I get married, that's not the same thing.
Well, I guess you're saying if you marry someone who has a child.
Yeah,
I would never marry.
You can marry someone and still not adopt their child, but then you're still opening yourself to having to be put on child support. If the judge is feeling saucy, you can still be put on child support if you get divorced, but you don't have to legally adopt someone's child if you marry him.
Marry a nigga with a kid, so that don't apply to me.
Well, they do it separately too. I've seen situations where people because you legally switch the kid name. The kid name doesn't change to the married name. When you adopt them, it then changes to the new father's name or the new mother's name. However y'all do it, I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta look at.
But Eva did this shit recently, and now she left the dude, and now she taking him to child support.
After he legally adopted her first child, which is not his.
Yeah, and it's Kevin McCall's child.
daughter.
So,
That little
I
girl
mean,
look just like him.
I hate to be messy, but yeah, that shit crazy.
The nigga that wrote Deuces?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
It's his kid. And he been fighting
I was
for
gonna
his
make
kid
a
too.
Deuces joke, but I ain't want to do that.
Like why would you even let this man adopt her? That's not her daddy. The man,
that man, I've watched him fight for his. I don't know about his sanity, and they question all that other shit. But I know he's adamant about being in his daughter's life.
I have no idea who they're talking about, but we're going to continue.
So I don't know how everything else is.
Yeah.
And then she did it. She did it spitefully.
Yeah.
I mean, you adopted another man's child.
But he should have. But see, he didn't. I don't think that man had any children.
He should have said no and
But what I'm
respected
saying
that.
is he had no kids, and instead of going and finding a woman with no kids, he decided to get with a woman who had a child.
Well, he got the penalty.
But that's what I'm saying.
He got a kid now.
Yeah.
And
That's crazy. And that's another thing too. Sometimes
did you guys see what happened to who's the big woman that had her own talk show?
Oprah?
No, the other woman.
Yeah, Oprah.
Is it Star Jones? Is that her name?
A lawyer?
No, she
Wendy Williams?
Sherry.
No, that's not.
Sherry something.
Yeah,
Sherry.
her. Okay, yeah, I know. She was the former host for I think View.
Sherry Shepherd was her name.
Yeah,
Sherry Shepherd.
Sherry Shepherd Pie.
Child support. Okay, so because she had Okay. Sherry Shepard is required to pay child support for her ex-husband Lamar's Sally for their son. Shepard pays $4,100 a month in child support until their son turns 13, when the payments will increase to $4,600. Shepard and Sally conceived their son through a surrogate after doctors determined that Shepard's eggs were not viable. Shepard initially tried to have the surrogacy contract voided and her name removed from the child's birth certificate. However, the Pennsylvania Appeals Court ruled to uphold the contract. So she isn't even genetically related to the child that she's paying child support to.
Wow.
Because her eggs were viable.
So how do you have a child? I'm confused. How is that
So
possible?
they used his sperm and
Okay.
a donor egg, and
Okay.
then a surrogate had the baby while they were married. Or
Oh,
did they get? I think they maybe get separated before the child was actually born. But she's paying $4,100 a month for a child that she isn't even genetically related to.
oh,
Sally
actually,
Sally has
wow.
said that Shepard doesn't want to be part of the child's life, but he will be a parent for both of them. The court ruled that Shepard must pay child support because she breached the contract by not being named as a child's biological mother. The court also noted that Shepard's refusal to be involved in the child's life was unusual.
Unusual. Because they're comparing it to how it's done to men all the time. When it's not the man's child, he signs the birth certificate, and he finds out later, oh shit, it's too late. He tried to go to court. No, you're actually not a. We're going to consider you the biological father, even though we know factually that you're not. So this is kind of
Yeah.
like it's unusual. No, it's not
Yep.
unusual for them.
AJ
It's
It's
in
more
the
of a
unusual.
house.
scam.
AJ, how you doing, bro? What's going on?
I heard someone say something about single mothers.
Yeah, we were going over this video here where freaking this woman is the most base person in the room with these daily wrap-up idiots. I can't stand them. A bunch of beta simps, dude. Straight
Yeah,
up.
they came along in the time right when Fresh and Fit started and kind of made this genre, right? And then they kind of stuck with more of like the podcast style format, but having like just letting B-dubs talk hella mess. But I feel like they're these dudes that got in this space that like they're not good at it, but they were the first to do it, so they have a platform. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any
Yep.
sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the views on the views on their channel reflect it. If you go to Daily Wrap Up Crew, hold on. Sorry guys. Daily Wrap Up Crew. Oh, sorry.
There's a iconic
videos. So like we have like 12K, 2.2K, 3.7, 10K, 12K, 11K. Yeah, they're just barely limping along.
Well, didn't they were going viral on TikTok and going viral in shorts? You know what I'm saying? So that's just the thing, guys. Why Doug MPA, myself, Chris, Mike, a couple other guys. I know Pyro too with his channel. We don't really do shorts, right? Like I have every now and then, but shorts don't really get you the type of active subscribers. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah.
well, I'll tell you. So I've been supporting Pearl from Just Pearly Things forever, and the reason why she got her 1.99 million subs is because of shorts. She was the shorts queen, and I still moderate Pearl's chat, but she has 1.98 million subs, and only gets I think she between all of her platforms she gets maybe like 1,200 people, but only like 800 people on YouTube. So you can go the shorts route. It could work out for you. It could not. Doing long form content, for figuring out your lane and having meaningful content, especially during live streams, is a tried, proven way to go. And guys, remember, Twitch is about to fall under. So you see a lot of Twitch streamers on YouTube now. A lot.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get back into this woman here.
Women, they don't want to have more kids. So now you on dating a woman long term seriously, and she like, nah, I want no more kids.
But then I don't knock her because
kids,
why would you want to have kids by different men, and vice versa?
I'm saying for the man, he can't even get his own lineage out of that now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Go find somebody who don't have a child and start your own bloodline from scratch. Why are you trying to come on top of the nut this nigga busted and put your nut on top of his nuts? There's a lot of nuts going on.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He's the most base one in the whole room. Bunch of beta simps, dude. Straight up.
That's true.
I can't stand it.
Oh.
Go make your own family.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying?
Go make your own family. Like, I don't understand.
Listen, man, whatever floats your boat, man.
Yeah, me as a person that have children, I would never have, like, even though I'm not questioning my relationship, I'm just saying I would never, God forbid if my relationship wasn't successful 20 years from now, 10 years from now, I would never have a child with another woman.
Yeah, and have siblings sometimes it just have kids by one person, and if the relationship don't work out, you need to just shut down the fact.
You also are a person who said that you would get a vasectomy. Like,
shout out to you.
I am considering doing that if I get some medical insurance that help me out, because a nigga can't afford that type of shit.
Nah, it don't cost that much. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I forgot I wasn't muted, but I'm just saying, guys, you got to do the math. Like, yo, guys, if you either had your kids or you don't want kids and you don't have any, guys, get the snip, because let's just say it costs you $2,800, because with insurance it'll cost $150 or whatever. Guys, that beats that 18 years of child support you'll be paying. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it
for the
says
next 18 years.
It says a vasectomy can cost between without insurance can cost between $500 on the low end or $2,000 depending on your location.
Yep.
So put aside $1,000 to get a vasectomy without insurance. Yep, there you go.
And then there's the whole well, you should have to divulge to a woman that you've had the snip. The hell you should. I tell you guys how many guys had a chick trying to pin a baby on him, and then he's like, "Hey yo, guess what? My sperm count is 0."
They're like, "Oops." But yeah,
because it's not that I question my pullout game. I question her eggs being thirsty. Shout out to my lady, her eggs is thirsty. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
That's what niggas always say when they don't.
Y'all niggas keep blaming it on a nigga. Women eggs be thirsty too. That's all I gotta say.
Coming inside them, like, eggs thirsty.
I'll question my pullout.
I question
6 kids later. Right. Listen, let me get to this next topic. Yo, hit that like button, man.
Yep. So I want to show that because this was a debate about single mothers, but she was the most base person in the room. You have all these beta simps were like, oh really? Oh, like it's some kind of new information.
Mm-hmm. I've never heard this before.
Yeah. AJ, what do you think about single mothers?
Avoid them like here. They're lepers. I'm straight up, dude. They're lepers. They might as well be lepers. Avoid them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Agreed. Mm-hmm.
In the same way how they used to put the lepers up in the tower, or put the lepers in the shack outside the village. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, avoid them.
There used to be an island out in the middle of the ocean somewhere that you could put all the single mothers on.
Don't talk to them. Don't look at them. Guys, don't even smash them for easy sex. Don't even do it. It's a waste of time. And guys, they will pin a baby on you. They'll poke holes in the condoms, or you'll break up with them, and they'll want closure, and they'll come over to your house. Oh, Pyro, I just want closure, and then they'll want to smash one more time. Next thing you know.
Yep. I'm telling you, man. Yeah,
No.
I need closure. Just one more time, and then she talks you into. Then freaking 9 months later, you got a freaking 9 months later. You have an 18-year-old. You have a 18-year long bill. And guys, don't ever get it twisted. Women want kids before they want a relationship, and they want to be married. So once they get what they want, it's scorched earth, guys. Scorched earth.
Guys, don't ever let anyone force you into being a father. You know what, guys? If some chick decides to make you into a father against your will because she tricked you or got you drunk or whatever, guys, I'm telling you, all she should get from you is direct deposit, man, straight up. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
You're doing everything legally obligated to take care of that child. That's it. No more, no less. It's crazy out here, guys. Well, I am going to. I'm going to wrap this up because I only wanted to go for about 2 hours today. Pyro, final words on single mothers.
All I can say is you should just completely avoid them. You don't want to associate yourself with these type of women, bro. Especially with all these type of baggages. Just be with a lady who doesn't have children, man. You can do better than this. 100%.
I thought Pyro's final words about a single mom's would be Bomba clot, Pussy clot, Blood clot. Pyro, hold really fast. Hey, what's that game that you guys play with the board and the dice? Ludi or Luddy?
Yeah, Ludi.
What? I don't even keep the stream going. What's the point of that? You had to move your pieces around or whatever on the board? Because I've seen dudes crash out, Jamaican dudes crash out more playing that game.
Yeah. You will get so mad playing that game because these guys keep killing us and sending us back to the gate.
That's funny. I have to check that out. But all right, AJ, final thoughts on single moms.
There's still a bunch of red pill guys that are saying like, single moms are good because it's easy sex. You know what I'm saying? Guys, don't do it, man. Don't do it, guys. Please don't. You cannot deal with them at all. You are better off staying home and playing Xbox, man. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Guys, you cannot get involved with irresponsible, knuckleheaded people. And that's all 99% of single moms are. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
And they will drag you down too. There's no reason why. I guess the only type of guy who would even date or marry a single mom is an insecure man or a man who doesn't think he's worth anything. Because you should be with a woman who will always put you first. And a single mom can never put you first. You are accepting an unfair deal, which means you don't have any testicles. You're just accepting a bad deal. So, avoid them, guys. Like the plague.
Me, guys, I've said it multiple times on my channel. The worst mistake you can make in 2024 and going on is taking care of another man's children. Don't do it, guys. Only thing comparable to taking care of another man's kids is marrying a woman with her hyphenating her last name, or keeping her last name, or a guy taking her woman's last name. Don't do it, guys. Don't sign a marriage certificate unless the woman has your last name. Why would you not want your last name and only your last name to go in the next generation? And women are like, oh yeah, it's my last name. I don't want to take a man's last name. Most modern women have their dad's last name.
Mm-hmm. The grandfather's last name.
Yeah. Anyway,
come on.
Well, I'm gonna close this bad boy down. We'll go live Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, so make sure to check for that live then. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night.
Bye,
Thanks
guys.
for being here, guys. Bye.
Yeah. See you soon, man.